There is like a spot right under my chin that I do not know what it is. I glance at it and I'm like, I don't want to have to pick at something on myself. Okay, so I thought about some good topics I can throw out. Um, wisdom teeth is one. Um, not having the information for your parents' reasoning is number two. And trying to construct that reasoning yourself with a spiritual mindset involved is three. And we'll start there. Okay, insurance. Let's start with insurance. Okay, why did I get um, scared of insurance and start dwelling on that topic? Okay, there's a couple reasons. Um, when I was in high school, I let okay there was an intersection that did not have a turn signal, and um, I was hesitant about turning, and so I was being very slow, and my brother and his friend started saying, "Go, go, go! You can make it!" And then the back of my car got, and then I got in trouble, and I had to, and my dad came and or called the person that was involved in it, and he said that he did not want to deal with insurance. He wanted to know about the price. Okay, there's one example. Okay, did I know why he did not want to deal with insurance? No, I didn't know that. I just thought that he didn't want the payment to have to go up. But there's more to it with what I put together later on. Okay, so when I got put in the mental hospital, and I never wanted to have to experience that again or have to ever go through with medication. The people at the hospital told me that if I didn't have insurance, that would have never happened to me. And so, because insurance um, pays the bill and the hospital wants the money. Okay. Well, that's not the only reason that I came up with these theories about why you should not have insurance. Okay. If somebody else is telling you what to do or doing your work for you, and and you're just kind of like, okay, yeah, go ahead, whatever, or listening to somebody um, give you advice, and you're not even thinking about it, you're just going along with it. um, those are not good things to do. Okay, you're not taking responsibility for yourself when you do that. And if you allow an insurance company to handle your business, then I compared that to the analogy of having blinders put on yourself, because you're not, first of all, um, you're outsourcing what you need to learn how to do to take care of your own self. And then secondly, you're uh, you're not learning when you don't do it yourself. Okay, so if you don't learn how to take care of yourself or learn how to do your own um, maintenance and things that you need to do for your own body or for your own house, then you you're not going to understand when things come up that alert you that something needs to be taken care of, because you don't understand how you are made, or you don't understand how your house is made, and so you can't understand it. Um, and so, how does this connect to what I saw earlier? Okay, so that's just about the only reason why I say no. You need to learn how to take care of your whatever it is that you have. And I do say that, okay, of course you cannot learn everything at all at once, but that's not how life works anyways. You're not thrown everything all at once. You're thrown what you can handle when you can handle it, and you take one thing at a time and do what you can learn about when you're given the opportunity to learn it. Okay? So, and then you can take like your little nudges and things like that from people who are trying to push you to do a little bit better or be a little bit more brave about um, going past the um, the things that you've already gotten yourself, the humps that you've already gotten yourself over, and pushing yourself to do more, because you don't want to just stagnate is my preferred word. You got to keep pushing yourself to learn, keep pushing yourself to study, keep pushing yourself to be active, and keep pushing yourself to think. Okay, and be brave. That's a good one. Okay, so when I went to the dentist, because uh, I wanted to get my teeth checked out, because I um, take care of my own teeth. And then I asked, these are just things that I would like more information about, because I think of the spiritual element in all things. Like there's that, it has to do, anything that's going on with yourself has a spiritual component that's like a little messenger, is what I believe. So I wanted to know why why people got, if it was specific to myself about why my wisdom teeth were taken out, or that was something that my mother wanted me to do, but I can't remember. I don't have her reasoning. And anytime that my mother made a decision for me, I don't really hardly know anything about it, other than that I just went along with it. And like, she also got me to get my ears pierced when I was 5 years old, and these other things. So the dentist didn't really explain that to me. Um, I could come up with my own theory about how your wisdom teeth might push your other teeth if you don't get them pulled out. But this picture that I connected with spiritually showed up in my Pinterest, which had said that wisdom teeth uh, at first grow in, going like this towards your teeth, and then they straighten up and go straight up and down. But that first, when it goes like this, hurts. So that's an answer to my question. But further than that, you take that to the spiritual element, as how you and your life have looked towards others for your guidance, for your wisdom. And then you have to straighten yourself out so that you can think through all of these. Not all answers were directly stated. And you have to, that's your thinking capacity, that you have to try and piece together things so you can understand why people who were supposed to be your guides did what they did, so that you feel a little bit more trustworthy about people. And so if you take that idea about the wisdom teeth, thinking that sideways wisdom starts with the people responsible for your care at first, and then straighten up, that little experience of that pain, which could maybe have never been a problem, and then somebody trying to spare you from having to experience that, is something that you could think deeply about. Um, as far as, I wonder if you could have bared it and then learned from it and understood it if it was explained to you. But that goes along with the insurance. If things are not explained to you and you're having to try really hard to be like, why, then um, then it takes time to do that. It always takes time to do that. So, what was the other thing that I said I wanted to talk about? I said insurance, wisdom teeth, and what else? Um, my mother. Okay, like I said, a lot of times she is either not giving me full explanations about choices that she made that involved me, or maybe she didn't think through the things as much as I thought she should have. I don't know. It is hard to get answers from her. She didn't even really give me much of a story when I wanted to know more. Felt like there should be more involved in the way she chose um, my brother and I's names and all of these kinds of things that I she doesn't provide me with a lot of that stuff, which I would like to dig at, because understanding reasoning is so important to me, so important to me, and that's something that I would like to say, that I would like to be able to provide my family or children and husband if I ever do get in that position, so that they can at least understand why I thought something was a good idea. You really have to contemplate what you're trying to save a person from experiencing or knowing about, and how that's going to affect their mental brain development, and and because you don't want to, you if you try and say that you don't want them to experience certain things, then how are they going to learn? Like, but you also, there's some things that I do not think that people should ever experience, and then you kind of do want to save them from that, such as um, drugs and alcohol and those kinds of things. Nothing that's poisonous. You don't want to give your children anything poisonous. But that's my other one for today. Good topics.